Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Heat win 5th straight, getting 55 from Herro and Adebayo to roll past Wizards 120-94. Bam Adebayo had 28 points and 12 rebounds, Tyler Herro added 27 points and the Miami Heat rolled past the Washington Wizards 120-94 on Monday night for their 5th consecutive victory. The Heat, 34-41, became the third team in NBA history to immediately follow a losing streak of at least 10 games with a winning streak of at least 5 games. The 2021-22 Houston Rockets lost 15 straight and then won 7 in a row, and the 2017-18 Chicago Bulls lost 10 straight before winning 7 in a row. Pelle Larsson and Terry Rozier each scored 15 for Miami, which has gotten each of its last 5 wins by at least 10 points. Jordan Poole had 35 points in 29 minutes for the Wizards. Poole hit 7 three-pointers, raising his season total to 228 and eclipsing the franchise record of 223 by Bradley Beal in 2016-17. Tristan Vukcevic added 14 off the Washington bench. Heat, Miami was again without Andrew Wiggins and Duncan Robinson because of injuries and Kevin Love for personal reasons. Davion Mitchell was a late scratch with a stomach illness. Wizards, it was Washington's 49th loss of the season by double digits and its 23rd loss by at least 20 points. The Wizards have only 5 double-digit wins this season, none of them by more than 18 points. A 15-0 run in the first quarter put Miami in control for good. The Heat had 68 points in the paint and 62 rebounds. Miami finishes a 3-game road trip Wednesday at Boston. Washington continues its homestand Wednesday against Sacramento. Bam Adebayo, Heat dump Wizards for 5th straight win. Bam Adebayo scored 28 points, grabbed 12 rebounds and dished out 5 assists to lead the Miami Heat to a 120-94 victory over the host Washington Wizards on Monday night. The Heat, 34-41, won their 5th in a row as they try to improve their standing for the upcoming Eastern Conference play-in tournament. The last-place Wizards, 16-59, dropped their 3rd in a row. Miami's Tyler Herro contributed 27 points on 9 of 19 shooting, although he went a perfect 9-for-9 from the free throw line and totaled 5 rebounds, 5 assists and 3 steals. After shooting impressively from three-point range over their previous 4 wins, Miami secured the victory despite struggling from beyond the arc. The Heat shot 50.5% overall, but they went 9 for 32, 28.1%, from three-point range, 28.1%, which included Pelle Larsson going 0 for 6 from long distance and Herro finishing 0 for 4. Miami dominated Washington on the glass, 62-39, including a 15-5 edge in offensive boards. Jamie Jaquez Jr. and Terry Rozier were among the exceptions to the Heat's long-distance shooting woes. Jaquez made both of his 3-point attempts and wound up with 14 points and 7 rebounds off the bench, while Rozier went 3 for 7 from beyond the arc and totaled 15 points, 6 assists and 5 rebounds. Kyle Anderson had 10 points. Jordan Poole led the Wizards with a game-high 35 points on 10 for 17 shooting, including 7 for 13 success from three-point range. Tristan Vukcevic had 14 points for Washington, which shot 39.5% from the floor, 30.2%, 13 of 43, from long distance. The Heat led by as many as 29 in the fourth quarter and crushed the Wizards in the paint, outscoring them 68-36. Miami took the lead on an Alec Burks triple with 8:55 left in the first quarter, which started a 13-0 run, and the visitors never trailed again. Miami's Davion Mitchell sat out the game due to a stomach illness. Heat a potential landing spot for potentially available $100 million guard. The Miami Heat are in desperate need of a high-level guard. Terry Rozier was acquired to provide a steady hand at that position, but so far, he has failed to impress. If the Heat are going to rebuild or retool, finding a guard of the future is essential. According to Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, Anfernee Simons could be a potential target for Eric Spoelstra's team. The young guard is the main trade asset to keep an eye on in Portland, Siegel reported. There has been plenty of chatter linking Simons to the Orlando Magic since he is from Florida and attended IMG Academy, which is south of the Tampa area. Another team discussed as a potential landing spot for Simons is the Miami Heat, sources said. Siegel continued. With Butler gone, the Heat are focused on moving forward with Tyler Herro and Bam Adebayo as the focal points on their roster. Miami would be a lot more comfortable if Herro wasn't always tasked with the point guard role, and moving on from Terry Rozier will be one of their main goals in the offseason. Simons, 25, would be a strong addition to the Heat's roster. He would slot perfectly next to Bam Adebayo. Simons would also take a significant amount of pressure off Tyler Herro, who is the only true shot creator and playmaker on the roster right now. In 69 games this season, Simons is averaging 19.3 points, 4.8 assists and 2.7 rebounds for the rebuilding Portland Trail Blazers. Those numbers could be higher if he was on a more talented team with a bigger role. Simons is in the third year of his 4-year $100 million contract. He will enter the final year of that deal next season, which could make him a trade candidate for the Blazers. According to Bleacher Report's Zach Buckley, Zion Williamson would be a logical trade option for the Heat. Of course, that is assuming he was made available by the New Orleans Pelicans after the season. The Jimmy Butler-less Heat seem primed for a shakeup, and President Pat Riley seldom misses an opportunity to chase a distressed asset, Buckley wrote. Williamson should easily meet that definition. Even if this run has helped restore some value, he won't cost nearly as much as a player of his caliber normally would. He won't hit even the 40-game mark, which he has failed to clear in 4 of his 6 seasons. Buckley continued. The Heat need his offense, though, and they don't have the trade chips to find this kind of scoring punch and finishing prowess elsewhere. They also have to hope, if not believe, their coaching and conditioning program can bring out his best in ways the Pelicans never have. Both Zion and Simons meet Miami's different needs. The fact that both players would be needed to put Spoelstra's team back in contention shows the required level of retooling. Unfortunately for Heat fans, Miami doesn't have enough tradable assets to pursue deals for 2 high-level players this summer. The Heat have 2 options heading into the offseason. They can either hit the reset button and begin building from the ground up. Or, they can look to retool their roster on the fly. Neither approach is wrong, they just require a different mindset heading into the summer. Pat Riley has always looked to retool rather than rebuild. However, the Heat's current roster is significantly disjointed. A new forward, a guard, and some high-level bench depth are all on the shopping list. There is unlikely to be a quick fix in Miami. However, landing Simons could be a sizable step forward. He's a high-level guard who could create a strong partnership with Adebayo. Miami could potentially draft a forward and pick up some depth in free agency. Riley has a big job on his hands over the next year or 2. However, it's not an impossible job. It will be fun seeing how the Heat navigate their latest rebuilding or retooling process. Especially if the end result is a championship. And you, fan? What do you think about Amfernne Simons' situation? Write to us in the comments.